Hi, I am Kelly Hansen. I am the Executive Director of the Capital Area Down Syndrome Association, or CADSA, and I am here to share about our upcoming walk for 2023. We are currently looking for volunteers to assist us with the walk. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can go through and get the information. Just a moment here. All right, so our walk, when we refer to the walk, there are a couple of different options that we may pursue for 2023. We can continue with Step Up for Down Syndrome, or SUDS, which we've been doing for the past several years, or we may opt to do a buddy walk. A buddy walk is connected to the National Down Syndrome Society, whereas SUDS is more organized within CADSA. For SUDS, we typically do a 5K, run, walk, roll. For buddy walk, it is less specified of the length, typically tends to be a shorter walk without a run element. And it will be up to the walk committee to determine which route we want to go for 2023. We are tentatively planning this for Sunday, October 1st, 2023. We typically do our walk in the fall. We like to do it in October because that is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. However, we also don't want to go too far into October because weather can take a very quick cold turn here in Michigan. October 1st works well because the day before there is not a home football game at MSU, which is also a big consideration in our area. So tentatively planning for Sunday, October 1st. Location is to be determined. That is another thing that will be decided upon by the walk committee. The reason that we do a walk is twofold, for both fundraising and advocacy. Fundraising, this is typically one of our largest fundraisers for CADSA. CADSA is a nonprofit that is based upon donations and fundraising. So we have done a lot of fundraising with SUDS in particular. A buddy walk tends to be more geared towards advocacy. However, advocacy is a part of both SUDS and the buddy walk, bringing awareness to Down syndrome, bringing awareness to CADSA and what we do for the community. Now, as for the walk committee, there are various aspects of the planning process that we are looking for people who are interested in helping, especially if we are looking to do SUDS more typical of what we had pre-COVID, which was a very large event. Right before COVID, we were doing the event on MSU's campus, though in the past, it's also been done at various parks here in the Lansing area. But to make a larger event happen, we need more people on board. So a committee chair is one individual, or co-chairs, even multiple individuals that would be heading up the committee, kind of overseeing all of it. Logistics is another element that needs to be addressed. This includes details such as what will be the route for the event. Are we going to offer t-shirts and medals, getting those ordered and organized? Also organizing day of volunteers. So our committee is going to be working on planning for the event. We will also need volunteers the day of to help with getting things set up, getting people in the right places, helping with cleanup afterwards. So organizing those volunteers will fall to our logistics, which will be closely related to our committee chair as well. We will need help with registration, both pre-registration, having people be able to register through the internet prior to the day of, and then also any on-site registration needs that we have. Marketing will be very important. Sponsorship and donations. Are we going to have a silent auction with the event? Are we going to have a 50-50 raffle? Will there be prizes? Those are things that go into the sponsorship and donations, as well as getting corporate sponsors for our event, which we have had quite a few of those within the past. It will fall to sponsorship and donations to kind of make those connections, those reach outs, and get all of that set up and organized as well. Entertainment and food are some other aspects of things that have been involved in previous walks, and looking at, do we want to be able to offer that again with this year's event? What would that look like? Keeping in mind what limitations there may be based on the venue. Some parks have sound restrictions. So those are things to consider, as well as, do we want to provide food? Things like fruit for if there's runners, water. Do we want to have a cake or some sort of special celebration? So these are areas of our committee planning that we need to find people to assist with. And there's been a lot of interest in having a larger event now, now that things are kind of winding up with COVID. Yes, it's still part of our community, but we're returning to more of a quote unquote normal activities. But to have a larger event, we do need people to help. So if you have any questions, if you would like to get involved, please feel free to reach out to me. The best way to get a hold of me is by email at info@cadsa.org. That's info@cadsa.org. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.